Hello guys and welcome back to another review, and today I got a game called Anti-Graviator, and I'm just going to start off by reading the description of the game and then give my thoughts on the game. And this game is available on PC at the moment, but here it's coming to Xbox and PS4 in the future. Anti-Graviator is a sleek new take on the anti-gravity racing genre. Use traps, power-ups and boosts to overtake your opponents to dominate the tracks in a single player or multiplayer mode with no speed limit holding you back. Anti-Graviator delivers the fastest racing experience of the future. In the year 2210, racing has evolved far beyond its expected limits. New terraforming capabilities paired with scientific breakthroughs in the field of anti-gravity has given birth to a new spectacle, the Anti-Graviator tournament. It's kind of really similar to the Wipeout games in a sense, like the speed of the first thing you notice in the game is the speed of the I don't know what you call them, the vehicles in this game. The speed in this game is absolutely intense. I was looking for a new racing game to play, and I come across this one on Facebook. And this game is developed by Cybernetic Walrus. I think it's their first time at making a game, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job on this game. Has quite a lot of different variety of maps in this game, different locations. They all feel quite different. They're all like in different, like a couple in space, like on the ground. I don't know, like it would be cool if you had one underwater though. That'd be cool. Like there's quite a lot of maps. I think there's over 30 maps in this game, but some of the maps are reverse maps to fill up the rest of the maps. I think one of my favourite maps is the one in space. It's like above Earth, and it's like one of my favourite maps in the game. I think the first thing you notice when you go into a match is the speed of the vehicles. They're absolutely intense. It's kind of hurt at first. I was like, it's kind of straining my eyes to concentrate so much racing in this game. You kind of like got different traps in this game and different power-ups, or it's not the same as Wipeout. You don't pick them up in a sense. You kind of like pick up these power-ups which give you different traps to use, or you can use a boost. It would be better if you could pick up weapons maybe, but I think they've gone for a different approach in this game. But it works out pretty well. There's like different variety of traps in this game depending on what map you are. There could be like a lot of different traps to use. I think the developers have done a really good job on this game. I like that you have different maps. I like the way you can see the world from a different perspective. In each map it was pretty good. I like that you can play on a different variety of maps. In this game you have like a different variety of modes. Even in the single player you have different tournaments you can enter, which have a different kind of modes, like deathmatch, timed modes and a knockout mode. That's how you progress in the game. You kind of do these different tournaments to each time, but sometimes you have to become first to progress into the next stage. You have to spend money to enter the other tournaments, which I found a bit weird. I wish they didn't have that implemented in the game, because you have to come first in each match to progress onto the next tournament. But once you get used to the controls, it becomes really easy. I was having no trouble winning match after match, and I just found it after a while it got pretty easy, and I wish the difficulty was a bit more harder, to be honest. And I wish you could like have, let's say, like the air brakes using the triggers instead of another button. But I found myself using the keyboard more than the controller, to be honest, because I'm more of a keyboard and mouse player, and I think maybe this game would benefit from different controls. Like I think it's only available on PC at the moment. It also has a multiplayer if you want to try your luck at that. I've been playing it with a few people and the developers, and it's been so much fun. I really enjoyed the multiplayer, but it's really hard to win a match against the developers because they've been playing it a lot longer than me. So there's not many too much to this game except for multiplayer and single player, if I'm honest. It'd be really good if they add more modes into this game, and then you can play it in split screen also with other people, which is really it's rare to see a game that has split screen these days. The things I didn't like about this game is, after a while, if you get used to the controls, you kind of can win matches really easily. I wish the difficulty was a bit more difficult. No, well, a bit more harder, if you know what I mean. Because I wish it was a bit more harder to beat the AI. But the multiplayer is really fun when you get into a match and stuff. I really enjoyed that. I wish there was more people online playing it, to be honest. Though I didn't like that you have to pay money to enter each tournament as well, which kind of found it a bit annoying, because you win money and you have to spend it entering tournaments again. I can't help compare it to other like racing futuristic games, but this one stands out from the crowd. It's definitely one of the best I've seen so far. Cybernetic Wars have nailed it. I think they've done a really good job for the first game. Hopefully in the next game they'll do an even better job, but if this is their first try at a game, I can't wait to see what they do in the next game. This Anti-Graviator definitely does a lot of stuff right. There is some bad things it doesn't do right though. The things it does right are like it's an absolutely brilliant game with an amazing soundtrack, quite a lot of maps to play on. It'd be good if you could pick up weapons and use the triggers to break, as I said before. You can barrel roll into other players to knock them into the side. Here on the controller, and you can use it to get around corners, but I found the air brake was better for getting around corners and stuff. I wish they would make it change the controls around. That would make it a perfect control for me then. I think I'll just give an overall verdict for this game. My overall verdict for this game is it definitely does a lot right in this game. It has a really good sense of speed, lots of maps to play on, different modes, a really good multiplayer, or when there's people on it, that is. The only bad things I really could think of, the controls and the way you have to pay to enter different stages. I really think this game, once it gets released on console, will become a lot more popular though. At the moment it's just on Steam. It's definitely well worth the asking price if you ask me. It's just like a really good alternative to the Wipeout series, because I don't think they are making any more Wipeout games because the studio got shut down, and then this company Cybernetic Wars comes out of nowhere and makes this game, and it's their first go at a sort of racing game, so hopefully they'll make another game anyway, and if they do, I'm sure it'll be absolutely brilliant, because this one is definitely a good start. Cybernetic Wars are just absolutely amazing developers, and if you want this game at the moment, I think it's on promotion. For me it was £17, but I don't know what that'd be in dollars, but it's probably about $24 or something like that. But it's not very expensive. It's definitely well worth the asking price. I think my score of this game is be 8 out of 10, maybe. Like if they had a few, make the AI a bit harder, just make the controls a bit better, and then it's like a perfect game for me. I really enjoyed this one. I think that'll be it for my review. If you did like this content, please give it a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. Goodbye for now.